Dmitry Tursunov, thank you for playing ATPWorldTour.com tiebreak quiz with an Australian twist. Your first of 7 questions. How many Grand Slam finals did Patrick Rafter compete in?
3.
It was 4, but if you can tell me the 2 titles and the years he won.
He won 2 titles in the US Open and he lost one to Gordon Ivanisevic. But now that you said 4, I think he probably lost one more to Sampras.
At Wimbledon, you're quite right. So, on reflection, we can almost give you that. Second question. Which Australian male tennis player won more Grand Slam singles titles than any other Australian?
There's so many of them. Rod Laver, John Newcomb, Tony Roach. I don't know, probably you have to go with Rod Laver.
Common mistake. It was in fact Roy Emerson.
Roy Emerson.
Who
that was
had
so
12.
long ago. That's not even fair.
I'm sorry.
Half of the players don't even know who Roy Emerson is.
We won't tell Roy you said that. Before it moved to Melbourne Park in 1988, where was the Australian Open played? Again, maybe a tough one for someone as young as you.
Before it was moved to Melbourne Park.
Yeah. It's where they play an exhibition there at the moment. It starts with K. Kooyong. Well done. Well done. Can you name 3 surprise Australian Open finalists since 2000?
Since 2000?
Yeah.
Surprise finalists?
Yeah, guys who you wouldn't have expected to get there. The males.
I don't think females ever ended up anyway. Since 2000, surprise. 3.
3. Come on, we've had 2 in back-to-back years. Last 2 years.
Were they surprised?
Well, they might not have been surprised. Would the average fan have been surprised that?
I'm assuming Patrick. I mean, but would Leighton Hewitt count as a surprise finalist?
I didn't actually have Leighton down.
Winner, I think, for me.
But let's stay focused on this question.
I can't.
Australian Open finalists. Who was surprised?
Oh, Australian Open finalists.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought you were Australian players. God, this Dover flight is killing me.
Entirely my fault.
So probably Thomas Johansson,
who was a champion.
Schudler.
Yep. Schudler, yes.
And
last year.
Marcus Bagdatis, Tonga.
Yes, we'll take. Yep. There you go.
So they're finalists.
You've correct. You've done well. Also, you could almost argue Gonzalez was and Schudler.
No, but nobody knows you're holding a cue card. I'm still messing up.
Dmitry, what is Australia's biggest city? Sydney or Melbourne? Can you speak up?
Melbourne.
No, it is in fact Sydney. Ooh, I'm not sure.
Small. I don't know. It looks pretty small.
Sydney just has the title. 2 to go. I've got no idea how many right and wrong we've got. How many Australian Open titles did Andre Agassi win? I'll give you a clue. It's between 3 and 5.
Okay, 3 then.
No, between 3 and 5.
I'm not stupid.
So we'll put that down for 4. All right, now this one I know you're going to get. Name 2 native Australian animals.
A bear. Koala and kangaroo.
Well done. And just so you can redeem yourself here, for bonus point, is the Tasmanian devil a real animal or is it just a cartoon?
I think it's a real animal.
You got it. That's good enough to get you a pass. Dmitry Tursunov, thank you.